My younger brother took everything my wife and I saved for 6 years and vanished. I'm a 36-year-old man married with 2 children. For most of my life, I would have trusted my younger brother with anything. When our father died, I became more than just a brother. I became someone he could depend on. I helped pay some of his school fees when my mother couldn't afford them. I helped him get his first job. Whenever he had a problem, I was usually the first person he called. That's why what happened still hurts me today. Last year, my brother came to me with what he called a life-changing business opportunity. He told me he had secured contracts to supply medical equipment and needed capital to get started. He showed me documents, he showed me calculations, he spoke confidently and made everything sound legitimate. But honestly, none of that was the reason I trusted him. I trusted him because he was my brother. At the time, my wife and I had been saving money for 6 years. The money wasn't for a car, it wasn't for a holiday, it wasn't for luxury, it was for our children's future. We wanted to make sure that when the time came, university fees would never stop our children from getting an education. For 6 years, we sacrificed. We cut back on things we wanted, we worked extra hours, we put money aside whenever we could. Every pound in that account represented years of planning and sacrifice. When my brother asked for help, I convinced myself this was an opportunity that could benefit all of us. So I gave him almost everything we had saved. Almost 6 years of savings. He promised he would repay the money within 6 months. At first, everything seemed fine. He called regularly. He gave updates. He talked about suppliers. He talked about contracts. He talked about deliveries and future profits. Then, things slowly changed. His calls became less frequent. Messages started taking longer to get replies. Whenever I asked questions, there was always an excuse. A delayed payment, a supplier issue, a contract problem. Something always came up. I wanted to believe him. After all, he was my brother. Then one day his phone stopped working. I couldn't reach him. His social media accounts disappeared. Nobody in the family knew where he was. At first, I thought something terrible had happened. I was genuinely worried. Weeks turned into months. Then I found out through someone who knew him that he had left the city and started a new life somewhere else, without telling anyone, without paying me back, without explaining anything, just gone. It's been months now, and I still don't know what to think. Part of me is angry, part of me is heartbroken, part of me still hopes he'll call one day and explain everything. What hurts the most isn't even the money. It's knowing that the person I trusted more than anyone knew exactly what that money was for. He knew it was for my children's university education. He knew how hard my wife and I worked to save it. He knew every sacrifice we made, and he still disappeared. Now, every time I look at my children, I think about the future we were trying to build for them. My wife doesn't say much about it anymore, but I know she's hurting too. Sometimes I sit alone and ask myself whether I was foolish for trusting family. I honestly don't know. Men of Men Corner, what should I do? And if by any chance my brother sees this, Barry, please return my money. That money wasn't for me. It was for my children's future. I'm begging you.